The year is 1999, and Nissan launches a car that was supposedly limited. Limited power, limited production, even limited by agreement. The R34 Nissan Skyline GTR. So how did this limited car end up dominating streets, tracks, and car culture worldwide? At the time, the GTR name already carried serious weight thanks to icons like the Nissan Skyline GTR R32 and Nissan Skyline GTR R33, cars that had already built a reputation for destroying the competition. Expectations were sky high, and on paper, the R34 didn't look like a massive leap. The horsepower was officially capped at 276, the design was more refined than revolutionary, and tighter regulations were starting to close in. It almost looked like Nissan was holding back, and that's where people got it completely wrong, because under that limited label was one of the most over-engineered performance cars of its time. At the heart of the R34 sat the RB26D ETT, a 2.6-liter twin-turbocharged inline-six that was famously underrated. While officially rated at 276 horsepower, real-world numbers were often much higher, and more importantly, the engine was built to handle far more than stock. Forged internals, a strong block, and a tuning ceiling that seemed almost endless turned the RB26 into something closer to a blank check than a limitation. This wasn't just an engine, it was potential waiting to be unlocked. Power was sent through a 6-speed manual transmission to Nissan's Atessa ETS all-wheel drive system, a setup that could actively shift torque between the front and rear wheels depending on grip. Under normal driving, it behaved like a rear-wheel drive car, but the moment traction started to slip, power would instantly move forward, giving the car unbelievable stability and control. This wasn't just a cool feature, it gave drivers insight into how the car was performing in real time, turning every drive into something closer to a race experience. And this is where the gap between on paper and reality became obvious. Because while other cars focused on big headline numbers or flashy styling, the R34 focused on control, precision, and consistency. It wasn't trying to impress you in a straight line. It was built to dominate everything. Corners, launches, high-speed runs, track days, you name it. And the more you pushed it, the better it seemed to get. Then came the tuning scene. This is where the R34 completely broke away from its limited identity. Enthusiasts quickly realized the RB26 could handle massive increases in power with the right modifications. 400 horsepower became normal. 600 horsepower wasn't shocking. And for those willing to go further, 4-digit builds turned the car into something almost untouchable. The R34 didn't just perform well stock. It scaled into a completely different league when modified, earning its reputation as a platform that could evolve far beyond what Nissan originally sold. And that's when people started to realize this car was never actually limited, it was just waiting. But why does this matter? Because the R34 represents something that almost doesn't exist anymore. A car that wasn't defined by its factory numbers, its marketing, or its first impression. It was defined by what it could become. It proved that true performance isn't always obvious at first glance, and that sometimes the most dangerous cars are the ones that don't show everything up front. While other cars chased attention, the R34 built a reputation through capability. While others peaked early, it kept getting better the more people pushed it.